Um, Good evening, everyone. Hello, my name is Casey Wong. I am currently the National AYLUS Co-President and the President of the Greater Princeton branch. Today, I will be sharing our branch's history and our experiences. Hopefully, some of this information can be helpful for other branches. First off, we will have some general facts about our branch. So we were founded in November of 2018, and our vision is to build the best youth volunteer team and to inspire and provide opportunities for students in the region to explore and grow. Our mission is to provide a unique life-saving service, such as being a first responder, holding benefit performances, and supporting our hospitals, senior centers, and fire departments, and more during this pandemic. So our team has grown pretty exponentially with the current count of 384 members from K to 12 in the Greater Princeton region. So for awards, we have won the Branch of the Month and the Branch of the Year from all throughout 2018 to 2021. So additionally, we have been recognized by the State Senate Assembly of New Jersey, New York, and the municipality of Princeton for our work in the communities. And then we have also received over 60 PBSA awards. So next, to give a general idea of how our branch operates, I would like to share two factors that I believe contributed the most to our success. First of all, it would be training. To specify, we organize a virtual orientation for each member and their parents. This generally consists of showing them a Google Slides that we compile to share how our branch operates and to give them an idea of how they can contribute as well. Following that, our advisor will have a one-on-one conference meeting with the parent and the student to have an idea of what are they interested in and what type of activities that we might want to encourage them to join. Additionally, once a month, we hold these leadership meetings between our leadership team so that we can have a better communication with the leadership members and to be more organized and plan major events. So under discipline, we ask them for midterm leadership performance documents from each member of the leadership team. This typically details their plan for the next half of the year and what they have accomplished in the previous half of the year. This is mainly to encourage them and to be an active contributor to the branch. And another factor would be the AYLUS uniform. So we generally require this at all of our events to show unity, especially when there's multiple organizations at the event. And of course, there's exceptions with performances where we have to wear more formal attire and more. So we also try to post our activities on the website in a time limit of 7 days, just to make sure that everything is updated correctly and that every member gets their deserved time. Next up, we will begin with a series of events that follow through our history of a branch. So first off, this is U.S. Congressional Representative Bonnie Watson Coleman. She is a lung cancer survivor, and so this basically inspired our Save a Life mission and chapter. So that was the start to it all. And for this, as you can see, there are lemonade stands and bake sales. This was mainly for a teacher who has gotten cancer that we knew needed help. So we tried to raise donations for her and through whatever we could do, whether that's like selling lemonade at the Chinese school nearby. This was again for the same teacher, but instead we chose to hold a charity art show where, as you can see, we gave an introduction to AYLUS, but also our members had their artwork shared on, put on the walls to show their talents and to basically just explain who we are as well. Additionally, we held a benefit music performance where our members got the chance to share their talents, whether that's through singing, dancing, or any other talents. And then through this concert, we raised $5,185. And so it was a pretty big accomplishment since this was an event that we had to plan throughout a whole year, since we had to organize how we're going to sell tickets, how we're going to promote this concert, and all sorts of things. This was an art show where we co-sponsored at the Sharon Art Center in Jersey, and then so our members performed music for people during the art show, and we also had members art on the walls, and also we introduced AYLUS as well. Through this art show, we co-raised $8,145 for children in poverty and more. For this event, I'm sure some branches may be familiar with it, but it's the Walk to End Alzheimer's, and it's generally held annually in all places around the country. So you can keep a heads up if you may be interested. So our branch, we cheered on the walkers during the event, and it's in a total of $140,770 were raised for in that week for people with Alzheimer's to do research and help the patients. So for this event, we worked with the local rescue squad, Princeton First Aid Rescue Squad, and raised $5,000 through a different benefit performance and helping them build a new headquarters and to support new cadets. This was some other fundraising that we did to help with this event and help with the local rescue squad. And as you can see, this was generally when COVID hit, and we tried to do our best to support all the front line workers. And so this was early in 2020 of February. So we raised $2,500 in 72 hours and supported AYLUS in purchasing the 5 ventilators were we sent to Hubei, China. So early in March of 2020, we donated 5,095 or comparable masks to the many New Jersey, New York, and PA hospitals and university medical schools to help protect healthcare professionals. And some of these hospitals include Princeton Medical Center, Hackensack Meriden Health Hospital, and more. This was some more examples of where we donated PPE and other items to public officers, such as people in the fire department, in the police station, and more. This was where we worked with the International Leadership Foundation, and we raised funds and donated around 4,000 ICU-grade isolation gowns for all the doctors, nurses, and anesthesians in the New Jersey, New York, and PA area. This was where we donated 3,000 PPE for the Princeton University, since we were very close to it, and so this included N95 and surgical masks, face shields, and all sorts of things that they might need. Over here, we made hundreds of snack bags and thank you cards just to show a bit of support for these frontline workers and to like cheer them up a bit as well. For this, our members brought meals and food for our firefighters in the area and for the EMS and all people in need of this. Over here, as the pandemic continued, we thought of different ideas that we could support everyone in the community. So one way that we thought of was using the art that many of our members have like an interest in art. So we decided to hold an exhibition in the Princeton Medical Center to support and to encourage these frontline workers. And these were on display for around 2 months, and 3 of them were like on permanent display in the hospital. So over here, as it became colder, we thought that our communities might need winter clothes that we may have extras of, or we can't wear anymore. So we donated boxes of winter clothing to people and to keep people warm. Over here, we went to a senior home and we donated around 3,000 items of like face masks, hand sanitizers, soap, snacks and towels, etc. Just to show a bit of more support for our communities during these tough times. And as Valentine's Day came up, our members delivered thank you cards with goodie bags, candies, hand sanitizers, and wipes and more to support our local firefighters. Over here, we made posters and short videos wishing everyone the best who were struggling during this pandemic, and we gave condolences to the families who unfortunately lost loved ones, and we also tried to mourn the 500,000 lives that were lost during this pandemic by holding a vigil. For this, as the vaccine was created, we tried to encourage more people in our community to get vaccinated as soon as it was available to them. So we created some posters to do so. So since early 2020, the number of anti-Asian hate incidents have been increasing drastically, and to show our support for people that have been victims of these attacks and to state our point. So during March, we joined 3,000 people in Princeton to stop Asian hate. And so we also donated pepper sprays and whistle and personal alarms that we bought together, and we donated them to the people in New Jersey and New York who needed them, especially for those who were going into the city, just to protect them further. So moving on from the Save a Life events, these are our long-term projects, which I'm sure many of your branches hold, which generally includes like tutoring and more. So for us, this was tutoring during the pandemic, which we had tutoring beforehand, but this was a different format. And so our members paired up with younger students and help them with different subjects, including math, science, bilingual reading and writing, singing, dancing, public speaking, and more. So these volunteers try to help the students who might not have access to like good education opportunities during this pandemic. And so, yeah. Another long-term event was Roots for Rivers. This was like an event that was funded by the Nature Conservancy, and so our members, we held like a bunch of planting trees events. So and as you can see, our goal was to improve the water quality and of nearby watersheds and to help the habitat of wildlife and pollinators. This was another one of our environmental events. So we called it Adopt the Park, where we generally went into our parks around the community and try to clean them up, whether that's like picking up trash or working with our local park management people. And so, yeah. Going on from like the last event, this is a bit similar, but it's more focused on plastic film and bag recycling. So we would generally collect these plastic films and bags, and if you don't know yet, many supermarkets in the area would collect these. Generally by the entrance of the door, there's like a bucket for these. So if you guys have the chance, this would be a great event to encourage like helping the environment and to like not let these plastic films go into the environment directly. So for this was a relatively new event, but we're trying to keep this a long-term one. We have started like monitoring bluebirds. It's an event that was in collaboration with our local organizations, and so this is to like monitor the growth of a bluebird, to count like the number of eggs in the nest, and like to keep a whole record of that whole thing. So another long-term event would be our chess tutoring event. So these are classes started by some of our members, and we also host international tournaments once a month since September of 2020 to engage students from across the country. This is a different long-term event, which I think many branches have already done as well. So it's a citizen archivist one, and where we work with the National Archives and contribute to like tagging, transcripting the records to like provide an ease of access for people searching on there. This event is Treasuring the Trash. It's a recycled art show where we held it virtually, and students like submitted their artwork as a photograph, and all the artwork were made through like recycled objects such as cans and sunflower seeds, and so these were on display in a video format. And this is like an event that we have held recently for around the past 2 months, where we held these seminars, career seminars, where we introduced like professionals in Wall Street and the pharmaceutical industry. So we invited these guests to share their experience in the industry and also provide guidance for people who may be interested in it. And so finally, the long-term project we have held since last year was the AYLUS International Art Contest, where we collected artwork related to a certain theme, which this year is the pandemic. So we encourage like all students of K-12 to enter and to submit their artwork, and so like these are the requirements on there. And so that's it for my presentation. So I will stop sharing, but if anyone has any questions, I can go back to any slides to clarify.